Those flashbacks with David Clarke worked so good because of Emily Van Camp's reactions. Especially this one showing us her father's death. It always hits me when they zoom out with this transition to Emily's face. She really holds those scenes together with her performance. And it still amazes me how many close-ups Emily Van Camp gets in these episodes. She owns those moments which made season 1 so perfect. And this little transition here with adult Amanda looking at little Amanda was a classic I can never grow tired.
Officials have confirmed 246 passenger fatalities in the bombing of the jumbo jet, but the final death toll will likely surge to include many unaccounted for persons on the ground. A homegrown group of violent radicals calling themselves American Initiative is claiming responsibility for the attack. Awakened last night, the news of the disaster vowed, quote, to root out the murdering cowards and bring them to swift justice.
Conrad and Victoria knew the victims' families would need a devil to shoulder the blame for the money that Conrad had been laundering for the terrorists. They chose me as the patsy, while passing themselves off as grieving benefactors. Never underestimate the power of guilt, Amanda. From the moment of my arrest, I sat stupid and trusting, believing in a system rigged against me by the people that I knew as friends, in a life that I can no longer remember. The closer I get to the truth, the louder the whispered voices around me, plotting my execution, choosing the time. I now know that I am trapped in a race between fate and freedom. Whichever wins out, I won't go quietly, not again.
Emily preparing for Amanda with all the information about Amanda's past and picking her up from juvie were my favorites from season 1 besides the stuff with David Clarke, of course. I love how they managed to tell us a whole story here with those different flashbacks. First the very hostile beginning with their scenes in juvie. Then the idea of using Emily because it is not that hard for Amanda to manipulate that girl. And then the last flashback in season 2, Amanda leaving Emily behind and giving her that necklace. Saying they are sisters. This still hits me cause I think even though they hated each other at first, Amanda was maybe the closest friend Emily had before Nolan.
Emily. Amanda? You came.
I told you I would.
People have a way of breaking promises when it comes to me. You look so different.
I thought I could handle it. Being David Clarke's daughter, but people out there, they look at me like I took the plane down myself.
Since when do you care what people think?
I'm not as strong as I pretended to be in there. Not like you. Look, I came into some money. I want you to have this.
$500,000?
I have a favor to ask you. Tell me the reason my father went to jail.
He laundered money for a terrorist group that blew up Flight Y97. So, how bad is it when people find out who you really are?
Uncomfortable if you're lucky. Some of the nut jobs make a bigger deal out of it than the regular people. But the worst is when you meet someone who knew someone who died because of what he did. You're not having second thoughts, are you?
Only if that check bounces.
It won't. Okay, let's move on. Take care of yourself. Thank you again for doing this.
I'd do anything for you.
Stay strong, Amanda.
You too, Emily.
The flashbacks with the Graysons from season 1 were the best. Not only because they became fewer season after season, I really enjoyed watching Victoria fighting with herself. After his confession in which Conrad looks so weak as never before and after she seems to be the only one who is still reluctant. Her back and forth before that night and after David was arrested really hit me. And I think if there had not been these great flashbacks we would not understand how she was capable to betray her lover. Other than Conrad, they managed to show us this complex character, and her remorse gave us the opportunity to dive into this love-hate relationship with Victoria. I mean, in some of these flashbacks you really feel compassion for her. Even though she did all those unspeakable things to David and Amanda.
246 fatalities in the bombing of Flight 197. The final death toll will likely surge to include the many unaccounted...
Conrad, are you all right? What is it?
I made a terrible, terrible mistake. You know the plane that went down, Flight 197? I'm responsible.
Conrad.
Investigation's gonna tie it back to the company. I'm gonna go to prison for the rest of my life if I'm lucky. They're gonna freeze all of our assets, and you're gonna have to raise Daniel alone under a cloud of disgrace. Life, as we know it, Victoria, is over.
You missing something?
Oh, yeah, my PC. Could have swore I brought it home.
Maybe you left it at the office.
Yeah, maybe.
Can we keep it a secret just a little while longer?
Yeah, just a little bit longer.
I thought you might come here.
Stop following me, Frank.
You stop giving me a reason to. The feds are coming for David tomorrow night. What's done is done. Now, you made your decision, Victoria. The sooner you start living with it, the better.
We do have to give our statements in the morning. Are you okay?
Of course not. What we did was despicable.
But necessary, you know that.
Angola, Libya, I wouldn't even know who to contact there. Someone made it look like I moved money for the people that blew up the plane. But I swear to you, I didn't do this.
David, the evidence tells a completely different story, and even if what you're saying is true, I wouldn't know how to begin to help you.
I know. I shouldn't be putting you in this position. It's just, I really have no one else to turn to. The whole world is against me. Victoria, are you there?
I'm sorry, David. There's nothing I can do for you. Please don't call me again. On numerous occasions, he told me he was working on something big and that he wanted me to run away with him.
No. David Clarke has to be completely dead to you, or the jury will see right through you.
Victoria, we're gonna lose everything. This house, Daniel, I mean everything.
David Clarke threatened my life. If I didn't do what he wanted, he swore he would hurt my family as well. I did what I had to do to protect them. I only wish I could have done the same for the people who died in that plane. David Clarke is innocent, and I can prove it. Tell the judge and have him call back the jury.
They're already in deliberations. And now you're telling me you committed perjury?
Don't believe her. She's in love with him.
What the hell is going on here?
What's going on here is you've just argued an airtight case against the most hated man in America. And when the jury convicts him, you're going to be an instant national hero. Your political future, Tom, is wide open, and you have a powerful supporter in me. Now, if you decide to listen to my wife, who's foolishly fallen in love with that monster, you're going to throw all that away. It's your call.
And in season 2 they gave us a new layer with her mother Marion Harper. Sure, this backstory was a bit over the top and they ruined it for me with that reveal of her true father in the last season. Anyway, I loved to see Grace Fuller as young Vicky. This murder flashback was maybe the best storyline in that second flashback episode. And I loved to see those different time levels put on display with their wardrobe. That really beautiful dress of Victoria with all the 80s glimmer. And the 70s vibes with her yellow dress and this boho chic of her mother. And of course the different look of Grayson Manor. In these flashbacks it always looks gloomy.
What are you doing in my things?
Nothing. I just want to look pretty for Thanksgiving.
For Thanksgiving or for Thomas? I need all his attention focused on me this afternoon.
Yes, Mother. Do you think he's gonna ask you to marry him?
He better. We're nearly out of money.
You sure are a pretty little thing, Vicky. Little glimpse of what your mama must have looked like when she was around your age. What are you now, 20? 25?
15.
Victoria, would you pour the coffee, please? Thomas and I'll take it in the living room.
Yes, ma'am.
I am not marrying you, Marion. That is not what this is.
You can't leave me. How are we gonna survive?
And nobody promised to take care of you and plus the kid.
Well, it was because of Victoria. I can send her away.
Yeah, you would do that, wouldn't you?
Or is she the reason that you come by at all?
You are a sick woman, you know that? Goodbye, Marion.
No, you are not leaving.
Get out of my way!
Thomas, please.
Get out of my way!
You just couldn't control yourself, could you? Batting your eyelashes like a little whore. Come here. Come here! Take the gun. Aim for his chest.
No, I can't.
We'll tell the police that he attacked us, that you shot him to protect me. No jury will ever convict you. You'll be hailed as a hero. My God, Victoria, if you don't do this, they will take me away from you forever. You will be all alone. For God's sake, do as I say.
Before we get to my personal top 5 here, the famous flashback with the moment Amanda's and David's nightmare begin. The flashback itself is great, and I love that they showed us more of this evening bit by bit. So it was like a puzzle. But watching it on TV and later on DVD, I got tired of this one. 'Cause they always used this flashback for the recaps before every episode, one think till season 4. Every time the episode began you heard that scream of Amanda. Yes, it was traumatizing and maybe the most crucial moment in little Amanda's life. But they could have been a bit more diverse. Especially since there were so many other moments that could have illustrated how their fate went down after moving to the Hamptons and getting to know the Graysons.
What do you like better, Dad? Sea glass or starfish? Dad?
Starfish, definitely.
Here you go.
Thank you.
David, it's Victoria.
Hey, do you mind going and looking after Sammy for me?
Sure.
David, are you there?
What's the matter, Sam?
Hey.
What you doing?
Okay.
Whoa, whoa, what's going on? Hands up, what's going on? You're making a mistake! You're making a mistake! Get your hands off my daughter! Amanda, let her go! Amanda! Amanda! Get your hands off my daughter! Get your hands off her! Amanda! Where are you taking her? Amanda!
I think the flashbacks with Nolan fell a bit short in comparison to her father and the Graysons. I think besides the flashback episodes we only get this one from the pilot. But it was nice seeing him picking up Amanda, keeping his promise to David. Though I wonder why he did not try to visit her in juvie before this. I mean, my reaction would have been the same as Amanda. There is this dude she has never before seen coming out of nowhere telling her everything she had heard about her father is a lie. He maybe could have been let that sink in a bit more smoothly when he told her the truth bit by bit during visits to her in juvie. Or did Victoria manage to keep her isolated in prison, too? By the way, I love those transitions from the flashbacks to adult Amanda still reading this stuff from the Infinity Box. It really conveys the feeling Emily is stuck in the past. 'Cause she must have read that letter 1,000 times. She is like those girls that cut themselves to feel better. She reopens that wound and fuels her hatred with the diaries.
When she's ready, I want you to make sure that she gets this. It's her future. I am trusting you to make sure that she lives long enough to have a future, Nolan.
I'll tell you what you already know.
Amanda Clarke.
Who are you?
Nolan Ross. Friend of your father's. Not exactly the little angel you described.
My father hasn't seen me in 10 years.
I'm sorry to be the one to tell you. He passed away 6 weeks ago. He wanted you to have something.
Whatever that is, I don't want it.
Oh, no, trust me. You definitely do.
My father was a murderer and a liar. So why would I trust you, huh?
Because that's just what they want you to believe. Forget everything that you think you know, Amanda. Your dad was protecting you.
From what?
Open the box. Find out. Your father was the first person to believe in me. He invested in my company when no one else would. That key, it opens a lockbox in Zurich. Now that you're 18, you're officially 49% owner of my company.
Unlike that flashback with Amanda screaming when her father got arrested, I did not grow tired of this one. Cause the famous flashback with David, Victoria, and Amanda has the perfect eerie and uncanny tone. I love the cold and bright colors in blue and white here. David and Victoria look like the perfect match from a 90s movie. And seeing young Amanda's face and Victoria's look in that close-up just hit you with a bad feeling that there is the worst yet to come. I also loved the storm and background music, which surely made the scene perfect. And of course again the transition to Emily Van Camp's face in close-up. She really has the same expression as Emily Allen Lind. A great callback. Showing us again that she is stuck in this moment from the past.
Victoria! What are you doing here?
I had to see you.
You're soaking wet.
I told Conrad I was leaving him.
I thought you said...
I can't live this way anymore, and I want for us to be together.
I think they managed to give us a good mix in the flashbacks. Cause to balance the bad out, we had those really nice and happy childhood memories from Amanda. So no surprise that the happier times with David and Jack on the beach are in my top 3. First, Amanda and Jack at the beach. I know many grew tired of this one with little Amanda and Jack acting out a beach wedding. Yet they did not show us this flashback that much after it was introduced in season 2. And I really enjoyed watching Amanda being purely happy. Yeah, it might be a bit too thin for building up this great love story, but it shows the deep connection between Jack and Emily. And I just adore those flashbacks with David at the beach. Because I lost my father that early, I really was thrown into this show with Emily reveling in happier memories with her dad. It really hit me cause those never-ending holiday references is something everyone can relate to. The free time at the beach were the moments in which you had Daddy outdoor yourself. Free from his work.
Hey, you want to know a trick?
Yeah.
You plant your feet in the sand and you stand still through the whole first wave.
Okay.
And then the next wave's gonna feel warmer.
Okay.
And then the one after that's gonna feel warmer still. Finally, you're barely gonna notice the cold at all. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here it comes.
Okay.
If you love me with all of your heart, if you love me, here I go.
Hey!
I said,
Oh, look what you found.
but he's missing an arm.
Yeah, but he's got 4 more. You know what's cool? He's gonna grow that one back. But first, he has to go back home.
Hey, I wanted to watch it grow.
Oh, yeah, but that takes a long time and a lot of salt water.
You love with all of your...
Come here.
Come here, Sammy. I found a stick for you.
What's his name?
Sam.
He sure likes sticks.
That's it, Sammy.
Nice throw.
Thanks.
I'm Jack.
I'm Amanda. Oh, you licking Daddy.
Oh, yeah, that's
Right in the nose, Jack.
Prepare for payback.
Jack,
Got you,
Amanda?
Hi, Daddy.
Whoa, Bruce, Bruce, precious and delicious cargo.
Yum, clams.
They look kind of gross.
Yeah. You know they bite.
I, Amanda Clarke, take you, Jack Porter, to be my husband. In the presence of our best man, Sammy.
Amanda? Wow. What is going on here?
It's my wedding, Daddy.
Looks like you're preparing one fancy event. What are these pipe cleaners?
They're wedding rings, silly.
Oh. Very nice rings. So, who is the lucky guy? Ah, Jack.
Hey, Mr. Clarke.
Well, I think you're just in time.
For what?
In its purest form, a union becomes part of our very essence.
Are you coming or not?
Patience, please.
Oh, that's honey.
But my number one had to be the first flashback episode. I know many think this was redundant because it brought us zero new information. However, as I said in my episode talks, this was actually the first episode I saw of Revenge on TV. And it made me immediately fall in love with the show. Seeing that really vibrant and disturbed young woman fighting to understand what happened to her. Taking matters into her own hands and finally planting the idea in her head to take revenge. A side note, I really love how they established this strong relationship with Roger Halstead in just one episode. I know the actor from another show and I really like what he is doing here. Roger and his fate might have been a bit too on the nose. But that is the reason why we love those guilty pleasure shows. Showing us the worst tropes but in the most beautiful or shocking way. Not to forget Nolan's and Amanda's style in this episode. I just love her emo look and that brat vibe around her. She cannot even eat properly.
You're driving me crazy tonight, Amanda.
Is that right?
Let's get out of here.
No, I want to dance.
You just gonna tease me all night?
Get your hands off me.
What's your problem?
What's your problem? Vodka tonic. Hold the tonic.
I've been watching you all night.
Oh, yeah? Let's go. Bastard!
What the hell?
Bitch, get off him! Screw you, you son of a bitch! I'm gonna get me to kill him! Let go of me! Freak! Come on, man, take it easy. I'm just a girl. I would give you $10,000 for a cigarette.
Oh, you really shouldn't smoke, Amanda. It's bad for the skin.
You. The hell do you want?
Some Mugu Gai Pan and maybe some wontons. Care to join?
No.
Well, I really hate to eat alone.
I don't like to think that far ahead.
Oh, that explains why, you didn't consider that the guy you just toilet capped at the club could press charges.
Well, let him. I can afford it.
I promised your dad that I would look after you.
You don't even know me. You came to get your money back. You're too late.
I don't want it back. I just want you to use it for something other than your own self-destruction.
Destruction's in my DNA. Take it up with Darwin.
Wait, you didn't read the journals, did you?
And so what if I did? He'd still be dead and I couldn't do anything about it.
This isn't about changing things, Amanda. This is about knowing who your dad really was. You have to read those journals.
Jack, help your brother before he breaks something? You're not gonna break anything, are you, Deck? He's got it.
Sammy, you got so big.
Your dad always said you had a soft spot for animals.
What, are you following me now?
In this weather, More like tracking.
Don't you have any friends or family of your own to harass over the holidays? I made plans.
Let me guess. Volunteering in a homeless shelter.
Finding out who my father was. Now get lost, Nolan. I haven't had a guardian in 10 years. I don't need one now.
My dear Amanda, in the pages that follow, I've attempted to piece together the ruthless betrayal that brought about my false imprisonment and our unbearable separation. I hope this chronicle will one day provide you an understanding of what I believe happened to me.
Miss, I'd rather not be seated so close to them.
Them?
All of these people. Stick me in a corner somewhere, huh? Where no one will notice me.
You got it. Had to swipe this from Mr. Grayson's private stash.
Well, the man has swiped plenty more than a bottle of whiskey over the years. His portfolio can handle it.
I want to know about my father, David Clarke.
Amanda? What are you doing here?
He claims he's innocent.
He was found guilty in court.
But he said that you knew the truth, that he was set up.
And if I told you he was right, what would you do with that information?
I would make sure that everybody knew about it. That these people got what they deserved. Is that what you did? You just dropped it, drank until it all went away? I'm not afraid of these people. And you shouldn't be either.
I have nothing more to say to you. One face looking forward, one looking back. Of course, we don't much like looking in that direction, do we? Better to forget the innocent people we've had to destroy in order to ensure our own survival. Oh, there you are. Miss.
Oh, no. I got you.
I'll help you. All right, I'm all right. I'm all right.
For a man with a penchant for writing letters, you would think that Roger would have left a suicide note.
Suicide is not a rational act. I did a comprehensive sweep of the room. He left nothing behind.
Oh, how convenient for all of us.
Amanda, forgive me my methods, but I had to get you this message before I lost my nerve. Writing this down is my way of committing to you. I'll tell you everything. How your father was framed, who was involved, and most importantly, how to expose them. I've never had the courage to do it myself, but I believe you do. Once we're on neutral ground, I'll help you. Until then, get as far away from these people as you can.
Do you agree with my list? What was your favorite flashbacks? Which flashbacks did not work for you? Or even more interesting, what flashbacks do you think were missing on the show? Feel free to let me know in the comments.